talk too much. Oh no, that you go, gonna make you stay. And I don't wanna freak you out, but you're all that I think about. I swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Don't waste the sundown alone. We'll chase the night around the globe. Don't waste the sundown alone. We'll chase the night around the globe. And I don't wanna freak you out, but it's all I can think about. I swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Nothing ever feels so good. Nothing feels so good. Last night was your first and only chance to get right. Instead of lying through your teeth, baby, your eyes tell 1,000 words that you're trying to hide. And now they're crying over me. You did me wrong. Now suddenly I'm everything you need and I'm moving on. You're begging me to stay when I'ma leave. I gave all my heart to you for nothing. Yeah, we could have been something, but I don't want your love again. No, I'm good. If you think I'm over it, then you should. Cause if you really love me, you wouldn't double cross me. Nah, I don't want your love again. No, I'm good. So tired of you calling me up, trying to change my mind. When it's you that blurred the lines, yeah. You did me wrong. Now suddenly I'm everything you need and I'm moving on. You're begging me to stay when I'ma leave. I gave all my heart to you for nothing. Yeah, we could have been something, but I don't want your love again. No, I'm good. If you think I'm over it, then you should. Cause if you really love me, you wouldn't double cross me. Nah, I don't want your love again. No, I'm good.
Hello and welcome to the final round of the Welsh Esports League. It is once again Kit and Lude here with all of the action for you today. How are you feeling, Lude?
I'm excited. I'm excited for some more for more games. We get to see some more of our friends on stream. So I'm excited to see how the games go.
Some more good Dota, hopefully, as well.
Absolutely.
So we will be watching 2 games today, which could help to decide the final standings of the league and how much money people will be walking away from. So very exciting games on the line today. Are you hoping to see anything happen today, Lude, in terms of standings?
In terms of the standings, I'm not particularly. I'm kind of. I wouldn't say I'm indifferent. I'd be happy with any of the top 3 teams walking away. Because they've all played really well, and I'd like them to be rewarded for it. But more than anything else, I just want to make sure that the games are enjoyable and entertaining for us and for the viewers.
I think those are pretty good goals. So just to have a bit of a recap on the standings as they are at the moment. So we do have the Swans in first place, having won all 7 of their games this split. So they are the team to beat. They are followed up by the Robins, who have won all 6 of their games. They'll be going up against the Swans, and also current third place sitters of the Goats, who have won 5 of their 6 games so far. So there could be a little bit of movement here in terms of standings. You know, the Goats are currently third, but they do have 2 games still left to play. They'll be going up against the Robins and the Pit Ponies, so could see a little bit of movement there. The Pit Ponies are currently in 4th. They've won 5 of their 7 games, and unfortunately, the Dragons are confirmed locked in to 5th place. So the Dragons will be walking away with £30 of prize money to split between them, which is not much, but you know, every little bit can take you somewhere. You get yourself
Pint in most places.
yeah, get yourself a pint, get yourself a Dota skin. You know, there are options. There are options. So it's going to be a little bit of a vie to find out to see what happens here today. You know, we could see some interesting things going on. So going to be looking forward to how today takes us. I think we're almost ready to get into the first game, which will be our matchup between the Swans and the Robins, so our first and second place as it currently stands. Now, we've watched both of these teams play pretty well over the past 3 weeks. What are you hoping to see from either of these when it comes to just gameplay?
I want to see people playing heroes that they're comfortable with. I want to see some new heroes. I want to see some heroes that we haven't already seen throughout the last couple of weeks. I'd like to see some off meta stuff, but you know, I get it. These teams are here to win. So it looks like the Swans have gone for first pick.
Yeah, there is always a little bit of a flip and flop over whether this first or second pick is better for teams. Very much depends on how these teams like to play and like to draft.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like the Swans have been quite open to having first pick throughout this tournament.
Yeah, I think from what I recall, they've tended to have first pick most of the time. But then I have slept since the last few games, so who knows? Robin straight away with like, yeah, no, we don't want techies in our game. Just getting rid of my 3 explodey boys.
It's an understandable position.
Yeah. I think so far all of the heroes that have been banned are universal. Are we seeing that? Is this it? Is this the first game where there's no universal heroes?
First anti-universal draft.
Not gonna happen, no matter how badly I want it. I think at this point, I feel like there's... Oh, yeah, no, another universal ban. Okay, alright. Never mind. Biggest universal hero. Never mind. Swans have won. Best hero. One of the best heroes in the game.
Yeah. So what is it that makes Wind Ranger so good at the moment?
She's a universal hero kit, and universal heroes can build anything and get like 6 billion damage.
This is true.
Like, a Gleipnir gives you something like, I want to say something like 70 odd damage, because you get the damage from the stats and then the damage from the Maelstrom. It's absurd. She can be played. She can be flexed to be a support, but generally speaking, is usually going to end up being in one of those core positions. But again, it's quite malleable. We could see this mid. We could see this off lane. We could still see this as a support.
True.
Robins have gone for the Oracle. I do know that Robins quite like Oracle. I know Fleur personally likes playing Oracle, but I think they tend to prefer putting it on the POS 5. So they've got So I feel like it's pretty clear already that the Oracle probably is going to be their 5. They could flex it to 4, but I don't think it's as good.
Yeah, I feel like Oracle works best as a 5, especially
Yeah,
when paired
there's
with
the
a
4.
Nyx. You know,
There's the 4.
here's a nice little 4 and 5 matchup, 4 and 5
Yeah.
combo. So, you know, this is a very good hero to just keep your carry feeling a little bit safer in these lanes and just give them a little bit more options as well.
Okay, so now the thing that the Robins have done that I don't like, and I'm sure we've talked about this before. I generally don't like it when you pick both of your supports in your first stage, because I feel like it gives away a lot. It gives away a lot of your draft. Money Swans have either picked 2 cores or have gone 1 core, 1 support, depending on how they end up moving this Wind Ranger. If it's 2 cores, so the Sven being the pick makes it much more likely that the Wind Ranger now is probably mid. So you've now given away, this is my carry, this is probably my mid, which I also kind of don't like. But you know, these players are all far better than I am, so you know what do I know? I'm sub 3k garbage over here, but I feel that in terms of from a just general strategy perspective, I kind of don't. I kind of like there to be a bit more flexibility. I mean, for all we know, this Wind Ranger could be a support, and the Robins seem to think that there is still a big greedy core coming because they've banned Meepo. That might be knowledge between some of the players of the Robins have played with some of the players on the Swans, so that could be a like a personal knowledge matchup maybe.
Yeah, you know, when these teams do start to get a little bit more aware of each other and what they know people like to play, it is good to see some of these more targeted bans coming out, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
I love to see somebody going, I know you like this hero, but you can't have it.
Yeah, Robins deciding that Medusa also needs banning. Do they think that the Sven is going to be a support? Because Pos
Maybe.
Force then is an option. You can even play it offlane because you can prioritize Warcry in your build. But they've banned Venomancer, which is typically played as a 3, although can be flexed. They've banned Meepo, which is invariably a 1 or a 2.
Mm.
Unless you're Ace, and then you can get away with playing it as 3, but that's Ace. And Medusa, who is almost always a core, almost always carry, or in some odd cases, offlane, if you're, you know, 33 sort of pioneered playing it as an offlaner. I'm not sure what the Robins think, but do we think the Sven might be a support?
I mean, it could be, but I have to admit, I don't really know enough about the way this team likes to play to know for sure. I would find it very surprising for a team like the Swans to pick up both their cores in the first phase, which does lead me to believe that one of the Wind Ranger or the Sven is the support, and of those two, I feel like the Sven is the more logical support.
Oh, yeah, okay, Bounty Hunter. Okay, I'm starting to think that...
Oh, what this
Oh,
draft is just
no.
really taken a little bit of a whirl and a twirl and a nosedive and a loop de loop all the way around. Everything I
Okay,
think I know about this team, I don't.
so the Bloodseeker as an early pick there kind of potentially prevents the potentially it makes it less likely for something like a Slark to have come out on the
Also,
side of the
not great for the
Swans.
Wind Ranger.
Yeah, but Visage doesn't care. Visage is just gonna just stand and just take whatever you throw at it because of Gravekeeper's Cloak and a lot of his
Yeah.
damage going to be coming out from the burbs. And so far, I'm not sure how much the push I'm not sure how much the push the Robins have. They go for a Morphling.
I mean, that is a pickup. I think we're seeing some that could be a little bit too intensive for this lineup. I don't think you're going to get a lot of time to get items on this Morphling when you're going up against this kind of a lineup.
10 seconds remain.
I feel like there is you're gonna get pressured quite a lot by this Visage. You're gonna get pressured quite a lot by this Wind Ranger. I don't know if you're gonna find the space to get a Morphling all the farm that he wants.
Yeah.
It is Dire's
My thought when I'm looking at the Morphling, my thought is who is the Morphling planning to morph into? Probably going to be the Sven, especially if they think the Sven might be a core. You could potentially be looking at you could maybe look at going the Ags build and taking a massive load of the Sven's strength. It could, I think, the amount of strength you steal. Think you can potentially end up nullifying a good amount of God's strength.
That's only with Ags though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you look in the Ags Morphling build.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a long way out. I don't think that you have enough time to get to that point.
Yeah, I think the amount of push that the Swans are going to have is going to be really difficult for the Robins. Interesting that the Robins themselves banned the Tinker, considering how much of a menace they were with Tinker last week. I really just don't know, because this Wind Ranger could be mid. It could be a support Sven, and that we still need to see who the carry is. It could be that these really are their cores, and it's a Pulse 5 that we need to see from the Swans. I really just have no idea where this draft is going. I think the likeliest answer is it's probably their mid that they need.
Stare your death in the face.
Okay. This is a draft.
I figured I'd give you a moment, because I know you have a lot of love for Revenant Lady.
Yeah, I am a big fan of this hero, but this is a combination of heroes. Of all the drafts I have seen, this is one of them.
So is this
Interesting.
mid Wind Ranger? Oh, yeah, just Queen of Pain's a reasonable pick.
So that's a carry Muerta.
Yeah.
That's an off-lane Sven.
I would have thought Visage would have been offlane, sure.
And I swear Shaman is the...
I think
is he not
Shaman's
the off-lane player.
I think Shaman's one of the supports.
You take a week off and you forget everything about teams.
Yeah, no, the Robins lineup is essentially kind of what I expected. I wasn't sure about where the Bloodseeker was gonna go, but yeah, it's the offlane. So that means the Bloodseeker's probably gonna be looking at like the Axe build, maybe. But
Maybe.
I mean,
I think it
some good
depends on how
stats there
difficult it
from
is to take down some of these heroes. You know, it's going to be a tough thing to go up against. So
The time for preparation is
it
short.
might be one of
Use
these
it
build
wisely.
decisions that has to be decided once you understand how the game is panning out, rather than coming up with it now.
Okay, so both Sven and Bounty Hunter have blood grenades. So yeah, they're the two supports.
It does make
So
sense.
that's mystery solved.
We did it, gang.
So
We figured it out before they got to the lanes.
the Swan's looking at Fleur.
Uh-oh. Oh, Fleur, this is not where you want to be. That's going to be a very dead Nyx there. Stun's coming out from a couple of heroes, so should be able to let this Bloodseeker just walk away rather than being able to take him down as well. Although if you do walk up behind this tower, you could end up getting stunned again by this bounty hunter, so...
Yeah, Bounty just
It's gonna
wandering and
end
seeing
up
what intel they can
wandering
get.
over to where the rest of the team is, which could be a decision, but...
Do they want to try and see if they can get a third rune? I feel like that's what they're angling for, yeah. So 3 for 1
Oh,
exchange.
this Oracle might be in
and
trouble.
First
Another
Blood.
blood grenade coming out and just
Oh,
going to be able to
no.
slice through there and get the last kill onto the Wind Ranger as well, which is pretty nice. It's where you want to be.
Yeah, it was kind of what I expected in terms of the rune split to be as soon as we saw the First Blood come out. And seeing that the Wind Ranger's already got a really good start to the lane, they've already got their first bracer out. Imagine a world where Wind Rangers build bracers now. That's the world we live in, Kit.
I know.
Universal heroes, what a concept.
Yeah, this is an interesting time to be a Dota player, right? Yeah, a little bit of action going on all around the map as well. A couple of skirmishes going on. A little bit of trading happening. Focusing in on mid at the moment, where there's just seems a nice little bit of trade between last hits here. So
I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like the Wind Ranger's going to be able to take that advantage they got from the First Blood, and being a universal hero to I fully expect them to sort of come out ahead in terms of the laning. The power shot's really good for last hitting.
yeah.
Second point in shackle shot instead of the wind run, so maybe thinking they might be able to set up and get a cheeky
Uh-oh,
spot
down
of
bot.
murder.
They will be able to pick up this kill on Fleur. Just strayed a little bit too far over as they were getting a pull off on the Radiant side, and able to be taken down here with the help of the silence from the Muerta.
Morphling narrowly escapes dying top a moment ago. Had to shift quite substantially into strength to make sure they live.
Looks like there is a little bit of a skirmish going on top as well. Lots of trading happening up here. Taking quite a lot of damage on this Morphling, which isn't where you really want to be, but, if there is any lane partner that you want with you when you're having a little bit of a tough time, it's definitely an Oracle.
Yeah, the heal's just so much more value because of the ability to agi shift, and then you can...
Ooh, meanwhile in mid, we're seeing a little bit of trading happening here. Gonna see this co-op trying going on the Wind Ranger. Just gonna be able to get the last hit there. Did get the wind run off to make it a little bit more difficult, but only just surviving there on the co-op. Very nicely played. Oh, and they're going to get a courier kill down bot as well. Gonna try and go for both of these heroes. Taking a lot of damage on the Nyx. We'll be able to take her down there from the Muerta. And this Bloodseeker is not having the best time. He's pretty low and now on his own as well.
Yeah, I feel like this is a lane that the Nyx probably just can't really exist that well in, considering the amount of nuke potential on the side of the Muerta and the control from the Sven. It's just
You've
not
got to
an easy
be
lane to be
so
in.
careful with your positioning here. It's very easy to just step even a unit or so too far. As I've just gone top, they're going to go onto this Nyx yet again. Actually going to be the Bloodseeker that they're able to take down, so a much more important kill here. But it's a rough lane, going up against this Muerta when you're two melee heroes and when you don't have too much in the way of abilities at this point to try and strive her off. It's tough. We'll be able to get a kill onto this Oracle up top, trying to push for a return kill onto the Bounty Hunter, but getting healed up from the Purifying Flames there, so we'll be able to live and Just leave the Morphling all alone for a little bit. Should be okay though.
You can see the difference in lane. Even though Wind Ranger was killed by the Quap, she's got so many denies compared to the Quap that she's still ahead in levels. This is a rough. This is been a rough laning stage for the Robins thus far, but there is still a lot of kill potential on the side of the
Oh,
Quap.
Bloodseeker just going a little bit too far under the tower there. Gonna get body blocked up there by the Muerta, and they'll be able to take him down quite easily. Not quite sure what you were thinking there, but
Yeah.
it's probably a little bit of a step too far and then feared underneath. Gotta be very careful of these Muerta Qs. They can do a lot of damage if they get you in the right position. And they're gonna be able to take down this Morphling in top lane. Lots of T-Tours happening around the map here.
Yeah, there's a lot of murder happening. It's
Lot of
really hard to
murder.
keep track. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
so
something
much
that's really
murder.
difficult as well. I'm not sure why the Nyx has got Fleur's gone for the Mind Flare instead of the Spiked Carapace. It's probably something to do with potentially trying to I think you do lose some. I think you
Stun
do
coming
lose
out
some
on this
mana.
Bloodseeker here. Is gonna try and get the silence off to see if he can keep himself alive. Keep chasing with the Sven, but gonna have to back off a little bit. Cheeky little deny there to stop the Bloodseeker from healing up, so all very helpful. And it looks like they're gonna try and chase for more here. Muerta trying to get the fear back, got the silence on the ground, will get stunned up by the Nyx. Yeah, I think that's best to not try and chase too hard. They are getting underneath their own tower. Can we get the stun come out onto this Nyx? Kill off the Quap in the mid lane whilst we're at it, but does look like they'll both be able to survive here, bot, so
Nice.
We're at 4k net worth lead at 6.5 minutes. Yeah, this is decidedly really in the favor of the Swans here. Muerta is almost at 4k net worth.
Meanwhile, bot, we're going to see them go on this Bloodseeker yet again. Going to get the Mind Flare come out to take the mana away from this Muerta. I mean, she doesn't really have any other abilities to follow up on, but the Sven is just chasing. Gonna have to. Oh, he's on a mission for this Wisdom Rune. 6:59.
Well.
There we go. Nice little snipe.
Devastating. The Bounty Hunter's also been able to body block the small camp up top, which means that there's less chance for them to be able to control the lane. This is a bad game to be a Robins fan. This is really difficult. It's not over. There are comeback mechanics that exist for a reason. Oh, Muerta.
Oh, they will be able to take down the Bloodseeker in the bot lane. Just gone top to watch them getting damage in on both these core heroes. Gonna try and go onto this Morphling here. Stun coming out. Lots of damage going onto the Visage though. We'll be able to take him down, but the Wind Ranger comes through with the power shot. And they're gonna try and chase onto this Oracle as well. Nice shackle shot, and just gonna pop the ult for it as well. Nice double kill there for the Wind Ranger. She had been chased out of mid there by the Quap just before, so was able to TP back in top to make that kill so easy.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a chase as much as she wanted to go and get impact, especially since the Wind Ranger has just found a.
Oh, she's just got a DD in the mid lane. Might be in a little bit of trouble here, Quap. Use her blink to try and get over for the rune. Will take a lot of damage as well, but. Oh,
I feel like that's a misplay by the Quap, to be honest. I think as soon as the timer is coming up for the rune, she needs to go up there first, see whether or not whether the rune is there, because she knows that the Wind Ranger is coming back, so she can stop the Wind Ranger from getting more of an advantage.
You
and
can't
she's
be
just a
lax
lane.
about these rune timings when you're up against somebody who wants them so much, like a Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
Got part of the.
Looks like coming bottom. Seeing if she can get something maybe on this Muerta.
Yeah, they have found the Sven first. They're going to pop the stun. Got the silence coming through. Does look like this is going to be a pretty dead Sven. Lincoln and getting a little bit of a scream on.
Both,
Trying to chase onto this Muerta here. She does pop the ult. Gonna get the scream coming through, but that's a dead Quap. Trying to get a silence out, but not going to hit. Neither is any of the skills coming through from anyone on either side. We'll be able to take down the Oracle while this is happening, and yeah, Muerta's just going to have to TP out. Was getting pretty low there,
And in the meantime, Windranger used the fact that she saw the Quap go mid and just decides to melt the tower down with the ult. It's what you gonna
uh-oh, this Bloodseeker is in trouble. Gonna pop the Sven ult and the stun and just chase after him. It's a pretty easy kill there for this very slim position 5 Sven. So, and up in top lane, they are chasing through onto this tier 2 tower. They found a pretty low Morphling. Fortunately, he does know, so he's going to be able to start shifting the strength, make it a little bit more difficult for them to pick up this kill. So, might just have to turn their attention to a tower instead.
I'm just not sure what you build at this point. If you're on the side of the Robins, I'm not sure what items would really get you out of this
congregating bot now. Gonna try and see if we can go onto the Sven. Doesn't look like this is gonna be a dead Sven, as there are now 4 of the Robins here. Gonna have to keep chasing though, so we'll be able to get the Sven out and get the deny. Very nice.
That's unfortunate. Meanwhile, if you look mid, Morphling's cracked and being chased away, so there's just nowhere that they can go to really catch up. We're at a 7k gold.
This is exactly what I feared was going to happen with this draft. You have a Windranger and a Visage who want this game to be very fast-paced, and they do not want to give this Morphling space to farm. So the Morphling will not get any. Gonna get chased all the way to this tier 2 bot lane as well. This Nyx just running straight in. Oh, Fleur, that's not where you want to be.
Not with and again, we thought that the net worth lead's already bad now, but we hadn't even factored. There's a bounty hunter on the side of the Radiant. So the Swans' net worth lead with every pick off is just gonna get worse.
Well, they do see this bounty hunter here. Going to be able to get the detection out, but... Oh, nice TP cancel coming through from the Oracle. So this could be a dead bounty hunter. We'll pick him up with the Quap ult there, but that's a very dead Oracle in return. And they're going to try and chase for more, trying to get this Bloodseeker here. Lots of damage coming through. Nice stun from the Nyx.
Do you know who's really enjoying this
nice
right now,
stun
though?
from there as well. Coming through with the Carapace, so we'll stop this Sven from chasing. So keep her core alive.
Meanwhile, Visage has just taken tier 2 top, and that looks like that's a finished phylactery. So the grave chill and the soul assumption, either of those now are going to be doing like an extra 150 damage and slowing even further. So oh dear. Yeah, this is just going to keep getting...
Fleur is in a little bit of trouble here mid. Showed herself a little bit too early. Still doesn't have the level 6, so doesn't really have any capability to be sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, in Fleur's position, that's probably what I would have done as well, just to try and save this Quap's life. I mean, she is trying to see if she can get this, trying to see if she can get the Ags online, which we are now seeing quite often as the first item on Quaps nowadays. Like, okay, yeah, AoE nuke's going to be pretty nice against, like, the Visage birds. And maybe when people group up for Warcries. But aside from that, I'm not...
Stun coming through onto this Bloodseeker here. Gonna try and get the Rupture off on the Visage, but not quite managing to get anything happening here.
Yeah, like,
just look like both sides are just gonna back it out and go back to mid stare off? Question mark? Stun coming through onto this Nyx again. Does get the level 6, but unfortunately popping it a little bit too late there. I think they had detection down as well, and this is a very dead Bloodseeker. Just gonna get chased down by this this Sven and the Muerta. Lots of really nice nice fears coming out here to keep this team exactly where Suscheck wants them.
The diaglyph is now active.
Oh, dear, and they're going to dive the tier 2 here for this Oracle kill as well. He's going to try and get a lot of damage out from the Bounty Hunter. Getting quapped, but just going to TP out.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of lockdown
Stun
either.
does miss,
So if
so...
if Morphling nicks.
Uh-oh, this could be a
or-
very dead
or
quap here.
rounds.
Lots of stuns coming through, keeping her absolutely controlled. Be a nice
Yeah.
pickup there. No, dear, you might have made a little bit of a mistake here, Bloodseeker. Gonna pop the Rupture, so should be able to keep everyone safe. But oh no, Morphling is waveformed in. Trying to morph strength, see if I can keep him alive. Gonna keep going, so should be able to get out. Just taking a lot of damage on this Bloodseeker now, with Soul Assumption coming through. And once again, a very dead Nyx. This has been a really tough game for Fleur.
Yeah, this is a difficult game to be an Nyx assassin, really. Just because, okay, yeah, you've got your Carapace, but there's so much damage that all they need to do is wait for the Carapace to end and then just carry on, like what you can do. And this Muerta's just, Muerta's just got Mask of Madness, Maelstrom, already has Crit Stick, and is now looking for a daddy. This is.
Uh-oh, they've found
So much damage.
the enemy hero's bot here, and this Wind Ranger is just running into 4 of the Robins, doing her absolute best. It's going to be able to get stunned up, taking quite a lot of damage here. Quad Bolt coming through, but it's not going to be enough. Sven's going to run in and get the stun and pick up the kill on the Bloodseeker and the Quap, and they'll be able to clean up the Nyx as well.
There we go.
GG
Yeah, they
has
just
been called.
called it.
I think that is probably the right decision here. This is a very farmed team here on the side of the Swans. Nearly had you. That's the spirit. That is what I like to see. We knew that you had it in you.
For it. Oh, just look, when it's the losing team that initiates the banter, it's fine.
It's
Like-
funny as well. And they did. They nearly had them. I believed. I know that if we watch these teams go up against each other next time, it will look so much closer than that. I'm sure of that. That's a kick guarantee.
Can I keep a receipt for that guarantee, please,
Yeah,
Kit?
of course you can. And you can
Yeah.
you can say whatever you like, but we watched some teams that got absolutely
Oh, yeah, of
stomped
course.
in the first split go up against the exact same teams this time, and it looked 10 times closer than it did the first time. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
still very
absolutely.
one-sided. I will concede it was still very one-sided, but it was a lot closer. And I
Oh,
can
yeah, but-
guarantee that the next time these two teams played against each other, if they played against each other again, 3 months' time, I am 100% sure that it would look closer. Like, no doubt. No doubt.
So it'll be 27-10 next time, maybe, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, like I said, it was really difficult. Again, I think the Robins drafting both of their supports right away did really you kind of knew a fair bit of what those lanes were going to be, whereas the way that the Swans did
The
it
Swans
by
kept you
having a
guessing
split
right up until they selected those heroes.
in it. Yeah. Like we did end up being right. We did end up being right. It just took us a few times to
Couple of
get
tries.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a few goes.
Good lord. Yeah, that was yeah, that was probably I think that's one of the fastest games we've seen this season as well, I believe, on stream.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that it's quite interesting to see the Robins decide not to push it too far, because they do have a second match tonight, and whilst, I'm all for teams playing until the very end and making their games stretch out, when you've got two very tough opponents and you're pretty certain that there's no coming back from this one, there is
Yeah,
an
it's
element of kind of conserving some of that, like, energy, and just kind of having a little bit extra time to just go, you know what, that game's over. I'm just going to reset and we're going to go into a new game completely refreshed rather than having to go straight from one really crushing loss, which it can be if you play it out all the way through. It can be really tough if you know at 16 minutes you're not bringing it back to play for another 10 or 15. That can be really, really difficult on teams. So
yeah. Sometimes
to
it's
just cut your
better
losses
to
and
just
go, we're just going to
move
reset,
on.
we're going to come for the next game. That takes a lot of skill to be able to know exactly when you're going to make that decision.
See also slam queuing or like slam queuing.
Never
Sometimes
slam
after
queue
a
games.
loss, sometimes after a loss, the best thing to do is walk away for like 5-10 minutes, get a drink, get a snack. You know, think about your
Reassess
life
your life
choices. Yeah, and then immediately queue again.
Yeah, sometimes you
Not
just need that little break, and then you can go and make more terrible decisions.
not that I have recently been slam queuing.
I would never expect that from you. Not in a million years, Lude.
Not
Well,
even once. Several
no.
times today.
Well, with that does secure Swans as our winning team for this season. So they will be taking the first place spot and taking home £210 of prize money, which is pretty pog. That will get you a lot of Dota skins or a lot of pints, depending on
Yeah, let's
how
face it.
you wish to spend
Let's
them.
face it. We're here in Wales. We know what we like. We know we like a cheeky trip to the pub.
Like a bev. Well, that is our first game over and done with. We'll be taking a short break before bringing you game 2 of our final week, which is going to be the Robins going up against the Goats for second or third place. It's very exciting. See you soon.